Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the word of the day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together. I also have inspirational shorts and quotes, and I also have running fitness shorts. So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like, subscribe, but most of all, share. For those returning, happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's Tuesday is going well. No complaints from me so far. So far, so good. So today we're going to be reading from the book of Psalms, and I feel this is just a continuation of what we read from in the book of Ecclesiastes yesterday, where King Solomon was talking about how everything is kind of like you don't know what your purpose in life is, and you never will, no matter how much you try to figure out. Even the sharpest of minds and philosophers will never know why God has placed us here. I feel like this continues on into or touches on what King David is saying in Psalm 39, verse 6. He's saying, "Surely everyone goes around like a mere phantom in vain. They rush about heaping up wealth without knowing whose it will finally be." And I feel that's ties into, again, people killing themselves, breaking their necks to do all this stuff and make all this money and have all this wealth. And then you don't even know who it's going to go to, not unless you have a will and you want your money to go to somebody. But it's just like all this stuff, it ties into the whole thing of King Solomon, what he said in Ecclesiastes, saying everything is meaningless. There's no point to all this stuff that we're doing on earth. We're up here running around and doing all this, trying to get all this wealth. And in the end, when we die, we can't take it with us anyway. And in that same sense, King David is saying, surely everyone goes around like a mere phantom in vain. They rush about heaping up wealth without knowing whose it will finally be. Like, we're up here working our tails off, trying to go up the corporate ladder or whatever it is that you're trying to do to make all this money. You spend all these years working and working and working and try to put your kids through college and all this stuff. And then what happens? You die. And all that wealth you built, you can't take it with you. Yeah, you may have left it to your family, your kids, or whomever, your grandkids, but you told and labor all your life for this to give it to someone else because you can't take it with you when you die. And when you really think about that, and you go back to the book of Ecclesiastes and you think about what King Solomon was saying, everything is meaningless. There's no point. No one will ever understand why we're all here. It doesn't make sense. King David, we're just running around, heaping up, doing all this stuff. And it just seems like it's just a big mess, right? Like it's just a continuous cycle. Get up, go to work, come home. Get up, go to work, come home. And a lot of people have said, surely this can't be the reason why God put us here, just to work and then die. No, it's not. But again, if we go back to Ecclesiastes from yesterday, nobody knows why we're all here. Again, you will ask God what his will is for you, what your purpose is to do while you're here on this earth. But in a big picture sense, I'm talking about a big picture. What was the point of this anyway? We all have our individual gifts that God has given us, and He all has certain wills and aspects for all of our lives. But the big picture is what we can't see. That's the part that we don't get. He may have called you to be a teacher. He may have called you to be an engineer. He may have called you to be a singer. That's great. But what's the whole point of us being engineers, doctors, teachers, or singers? What's the point of that? You know? So we will find out, like I said yesterday, that point, we will find out on that great day when he comes back to get us and he takes us home. We're going to find out what all this is about. But I just love how this kind of ties to Ecclesiastes here in Psalms, where King David is talking about people just running around, heaping up wealth, and like, you don't know who's going to go to. And in certain states, they have certain laws. If you don't write out a will in certain states, your money goes to the state or it goes to the next of kin if you don't put it in a will and say who you want it to go to. So I said all this to say, with the continuation from yesterday, relax. Quit trying to do so much. I understand you trying to stack up money and have wealth, generational wealth for your family. That's great. But everybody can only use what they can, and then they'll die. And then they'll leave it to the next, and then they'll die. So again, it's a cycle. And we don't know what it's all about. We can't even begin to fathom or understand what it's all about. But again, let's stop trying to break our necks to climb that corporate ladder, because God has already provided for us, honestly. He's given us everything that we need, and He's given us some things that we don't need. And we need to trust and believe that He's got our backs no matter what. So I will tie this in today from what I said yesterday, what King Solomon was saying, and I'll tie it into what King David is saying in Psalm. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know the purpose. Stop running around like a phantom, trying to do so much. Sit back, relax, stop stressing yourself out, because guess what? God is going to provide and has provided for all of our needs. Anything we need from Him, all we have to do is ask, and He'll give it to us. So you don't have to sit there and run around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to climb this corporate ladder, because at the end of the day, it's all meaningless. And I don't say that to be negative. I say that to encourage you to find rest in the Lord, because a lot of people are stressed out with the government shutdown and things that are going on. You just need to rest, not only physically, but rest your mind and your spirit in Him. Let Him be your refuge and go to Him. And take the time and slow down and enjoy life, because it goes by super quick. All right, again, this was from Psalm 39, verse 6. Again, like I tell you guys, don't take my word for it. Read it for yourself. Go back and study the word. Look at the verses, see how they all intertwine, see how they connect, and just reference them and just meditate on it, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to meditate and just pretty much bathe in the word and just let it flow upon us and use it in our daily lives. So if you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. I hope this blessed you. And good Lord willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.